we are going to talk about Jake Paul and KSI. So, they're fighting. It's official, and it's going to happen, which is great. I mean, I can't wait. Let's talk about and analyze who's going to win. Who do I think is going to win? First off, let's look at Nate Robinson and Jake Paul. Jake Paul is a bigger dude. It says he's 6'1" on Google, but don't believe that. He's like 5'11", something like that, 5'10", 5'11". There's so many photos with him next to Logan Paul, who is actually 6'1", 6'2". There's just so many photos of him next to people who are over 6 foot, and he gets dwarfed by them. So he's like 5'11"-ish. And KSI is also 5'10", 5'11"-ish. I think he's 5'11". So they're both the same height. So Jake Paul had a huge advantage. He completely dwarfed Nate Robinson. Nate Robinson was like 5'7", 5'6". It was insane. He looked so much bigger than Nate, even muscular too. So first thing is we could take out the reach and the height advantage, right? The size and reach and height advantage. Because they're both essentially the same weight. KSI is a big dude. They're essentially the same weight, the same height, and the same size. So I don't really think either one of them has an advantage there. Logan Paul did have a reach advantage. Logan Paul was significantly taller than KSI. I think Logan's like 6'2". Logan Paul had a reach advantage. He was heavier than KSI. Everything was just, different with them two. But in this fight, both of them are the exact same height, weight, and size. Second thing, style of fighting and how long they've been fighting. KSI clearly fights on the outside while Jake Paul, or in the inside, while Jake Paul just kind of runs around the ring and plays a lot of defense. Jake waits for the opponent to come to them, and KSI is the perfect person for that. So in my personal opinion, I think KSI has to redo his entire strategy because Jake Paul is not the kind of guy that runs in. Okay, Jake Paul waits for the opponent to come in, and then he hits him with that 1-2 combo. All right, and KSI is the perfect person for that because KSI is always the person that rushes in. He always leans in. Okay, and if Jake's constantly training for people who rush in, KSI is going to be at a disadvantage. He needs to redo his strategy so that way he can kind of flip-flop between both. Okay, that's the second thing. Third thing is experience. That's the final thing that's going to dictate all of this. A lot of people say, but if you get the basics of boxing down, then no, that's not true. If you get the basics of boxing down, you know how to fight people also with basic boxing skills. However, one thing KSI that Jake Paul does not have, one thing KSI has, is he's boxed more and he's under less pressure because he fought a huge fight like Logan Paul. Okay, Jake Paul's fight with Nate Robinson wasn't as hyped up as KSI and Logan Paul. So he wasn't going out there in the boxing ring in such a moment. He was an undercard, essentially. But when KSI and Logan Paul fought, they were on a DAZN headlined fight. It sold out millions and millions of viewers. These kinds of things are something KSI already dealt with. And he won, too, so it gives him even more leeway. So he already experienced all of this, the big fight, the big hoopla, but Jake Paul hasn't. He's fought Anisian Gibbs, which wasn't, I don't even count that as a fight. That was horrible. I think my 5-year-old cousin could fight better than that. He fought Deji. Do I even have to, Deji, Anisian Gibb, and Nate Robinson, do I even have to really talk about this any further, dude? I think that KSI is way more gifted, talented, and has way more experience. But change the style of fighting, size, strength, and reach actually doesn't matter in this fight because you guys have the exact same stats, and it's not going to change in this next year. You can't grow 4 inches at the age of 25. Let me know what you guys think. I have KSI winning. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. I have him winning based on experience, but if he doesn't change his style of fighting and he keeps rushing in, Jake will win. Jake fights better when people rush in. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.